Hey folks, and welcome back to another gear review. I'm Marty, and today I want to show you the Lewitt Audio LCT 640TS, which is a large condenser microphone with a very nice feature. Alright, so here is the microphone with its case. Comes in a very nice case actually, seems to be very sturdy. Let's open it quickly to see what's coming actually with the microphone. So we got a small bag, which seems to be padded, yes. So you can put a microphone in there if you want to use it in a mic locker or something like that instead of the case. Very nice. Then we got the user manuals, very thin one actually, so just some overviews. And there's also a Lewitt rubber band to show that you are a Lewitt supporter. Well, if that's so, let's put it on. Then, what have we here? We got the, first of all, shock mount. And it's made out of plastic, but it seems to be actually really well made. This is something like AKG also has on their shock mount. There's a little screw on there where you can place the microphone into it and then tighten it up. Very nice. And then we got a foam, so a pop filter, if you want to use the mic, for example, outside. Then we got a cable for the dual output. This is a XLR cable to a kind of like a proprietary output of the microphone. So use that if you want to use it in the dual output mode that we have a look later on. Then we have a pop filter, which seems to be made of metal. And it is also, as far as I know, magnetic. So you just place it on top here. You can see that. So this is very nice. I'm gonna place later on the microphone in there. And now finally the microphone. So let's put that away. And there's also indicator, which is the front diaphragm. So because it has a front and a back one. So this looks really nice. Hope you can see that. Has here a glossy finish, and it's made out of metal. You can clearly see the diaphragms, so the front and the back one. Let's go quickly through the features. You got 3 buttons down below here, where you can select the polar patterns and the low cuts. So you got Omni, you got a broad cardioid, a cardioid, hypercardioid, and a figure of 8, as well as low cuts from 40 Hertz, 80 up to 160 Hertz, which is really nice. And also pads, -6, -12, and -18 dB. And then there's also a middle indicator where when you select the dual output mode, it will light up green, so you can clearly see in what mode you are. And there is also a very nice feature. When you press, for example, the right button for 2 seconds, you will see a clip indicator, so it will flash red, the logo will flash red, or it will flash green-white, which means that you didn't clip the microphone during recording. Very nice. So let's see how that works. So you just place the microphone into the shock mount, tighten it up, looks then like that. And with the pop filter, just slide it over it, and magnetic holds it in place. Very nice. All right, so I would say let's try it out. I'm gonna hook it up to my audio interface, and then we're gonna record something. Okay, so let's try this out. I'm gonna play some chords, very simple one. Just gonna use the cardioid mode now. We're gonna have a look at the different polar patterns, of course, then in the dual output mode with the Polarizer plugins. I'm gonna show you how the different polar patterns sound there. And just use here now the low cuts and play some standard chords. So let's see how that works out. Okay, so let's try the low cut. Maybe let's go directly to 80 Hertz, because obviously we'll hear on the acoustic guitar it a little bit better than on the 40 Hertz. And now last 160, so it should be pretty obvious. So we can now, of course, check the feature that I mentioned if we have clipped the microphone. So let's press the right button 2 seconds. Well, it lights green and white, so that means there was no clipping during the last recording, which is really a nice feature. And let's go back to linear and let's see how it actually sounds when we do a little bit of finger picking. Okay, so this was now linear mode in cardioid. And now I would say let's go to the dual output mode and let's record some stereo guitar. So kind of like an MS technique with one microphone. So the dual output mode works the following. We got two cables going into the audio converter. If you have a preamp, would strongly recommend to use a 2-channel preamp, because you have to use the same preamps to get a consistent sound. I just used the Fire Studio PreSonus Project input 1 and 2 with the same gain stage. So, and to activate the dual output mode, you just press the center button here for a couple of seconds, and you see the green Lewitt logo, and now we are in the dual output mode. I armed also a stereo track, so we have input 1 and 2, and we also seeing here now the level meters here. So this is the front, and we also have the back side. And as always with stereo recordings, we want to record left and right. So we change the direction of the microphone, obviously. So we got the front here with the left side, and the right side is the back capsule. Of course, you have to play a little bit around to have a consistent sound to the left and right. It's a little bit difficult sometimes with acoustic guitar, because some guitars tend to be a little bit more bass heavy towards the sound hole, of course, rather than on the fretboard. So you might also want to angle it a little bit towards the fretboard. So let's see. Actually, that's not that bad. I'm actually quite happy already with that. All right, okay, let's record something. So this is the stereo recording of the 640 TS. I think that's really the main feature of this microphone, to make stereo MS recordings with one single microphone. And that's actually pretty innovative, I would say. So now let's go into the DAW and see how the Polarizer plugin actually works. All right, so as you can see, I turned the microphone again towards the guitar, but I'm still in the dual output mode, which means we're using the front and the back of the microphone. And then I'm going to show you, after I recorded a little bit of a song, how the Polarizer plugin works and how you can change the polo patterns after you recorded something. All right, so let's hit record and play a little bit. Okay, so let's head now into the DAW and check out the Polarizer plugin. Okay, so here is our little recording, and I have here on the insert the Polarizer plugin. Looks like that. We've got a input level meter and an output. You can see here kind of like the decrease of the polo patterns, and here finally also the polo patterns, omni, figure of 8, cardioid, and so forth. So let's try first of all the cardioid mode. So that's the standard mode. And let's go to omni. Can hear a little bit more room. Let's go to hypercardioid. Can really make the decision later on what polo pattern you want to use. Of course, there works also everything in between. For example, I can slide through the polo patterns. Much fuller sound here, rather than kind of like that. All right, so that's the Polarizer plugin of the LCT 640 TS. It's, I think, the main feature of this microphone to change the polo pattern after you recorded something. This is actually very, very clever and innovative, I would say. And Lewitt Audio did a really great job with that. So my conclusion is that it has 2 thumbs up from me. It's a really great microphone. You should definitely check it out on their website. I have the link in the description below, and just have a look. You can read through all these, all the different features. There are also some reviews of other people that really like this microphone. And yeah, so as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and happy recordings and mixing, and see you in the next video.